they said they're doing something special. So they got a bag. Oh, that's cute. Now I can see how they pick the bags. They picked the teal bag for Punta. They put the black bag. So they're getting ready to do something right now. They haven't been called.
We got to get some people signed up on the thing to get these tickets.
Hello, dear family Immunotec. How are you? I just want to make sure that everyone is listening to me. Are you hearing okay correctly? I see everyone saying yes. So thank you. Thank you for joining us today. I know this was like a last minute call, but I promise you that the news that we are going to be sharing with you today are going to be amazing, exciting. We are so happy to be with you. This call is going to take very few minutes from your time, but I know it's going to be like basically life-changing. So, well, thank you, and we are very excited. About everything that we have accomplished in this first semester of 2023. You know, especially in this past 6 months, we have been touching base not only in the United States but also in Canada. We have been going to different cities, different states. We just wrapped up an amazing road tour with Dr. Hugo Palafox in the States. We also had these amazing events in Canada. So thank you for all the support that you're doing, and especially for all the movement and momentum that you are creating because of the Xventure trip. So this is the first year that we had this Xventure trip, starting basically like from the very end of last year, 2022, and it is lasting until August, which is again the first year that we're doing something like that. And the reception and the movement and the excitement and all the people that have been, you know, getting into the Xventure mood has been outstanding for all of us. So thank you for joining us in this meeting, but also for trusting in this outstanding experience that we're going to be having by the end of this year. October and November, Punta Cana and New York are awaiting for us. But let's go directly to the purpose of this meeting. We really want to share with you today some amazing news regarding the trip. We are just less than 3 months actually to end the qualification period, and the amount of people and consultants that are on track for the trip is amazing. And we really want to acknowledge the work, the effort, and everything you are doing to really achieve the trip. I know this trip is going to be amazing. It's going to be life-changing, not only for the ones that have had the chance to experience a trip before, but also for all the new people that are getting into Immunotec, and maybe this is going to be like their first trip. So, well, I know that you love your time, that you love your flexibility, that you love also your independence, because that's why you are here, because you're independent consultants. We also know that you love your freedom to choose. And that's why we are very, very happy to officially introduce, starting now, the Xventure travel credit. So basically, that's flexibility on your terms. And let me go a little bit over the details of this. So what is this? What is the Xventure travel credit? I know if you can help me, Marce, with the next slide, please. So what is basically the Xventure travel credit? It is very simple. So this year, starting 2023, all consultants that qualify for the Xventure trip will receive a travel credit, which is basically an amount of money for you to be able to purchase your own flight to Xventure, to Punta Cana, or to New York, according to your needs, your flexibility, your schedules, your airline. Even if you want to travel with points and you want to get the money for yourself and maybe use it for anything else, that's also an opportunity. So basically, this travel credit is money that is going to be deposited into your Hyper Wallet account, your current Hyper Wallet account. We're going to be depositing the amount for you to be able to travel on your own terms. So again, it's for you to be able to purchase your airline tickets with the airline of your choose. Also the schedules, or also, again, if you want to travel with some people in the same flight. So again, the airport that you want to choose is flexibility on your terms. And I know maybe you're having like a lot of questions right now, and I assure you that we're going to be answering a lot of them right away. But also, I wanted to acknowledge your leadership and all the people that are here in this meeting. You guys are the first ones in North America that are receiving this news, because tomorrow, Friday, we're going to be sending out like a massive communication to all the consultants to make sure that everyone receives the same information. But today we wanted to have like this space, of course, to answer the questions and to go over the details and logistics of this news of having this travel credit. So for the logistics and the details, and to answer many of the questions, and I want to stop here for a second. If you have questions, I know the chat is available, so make sure to put all your questions in the chat. We have Rodrigo and part of the team members very willing to answer the questions in the chat. But now I want to give the space also to our amazing events and partnership manager, Morgan. We all love her, and she's gonna go over the details and logistics of this amazing news of the travel credit starting 2023. So thank you, family, and I have Morgan just here by my side.
There we are. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We have this very exciting news for you guys. Marce, if you can go to the next slide. We're going to show you a little bit about the two different destinations. So we have Punta Cana, which is one of the destinations that you have the choice of. There's two airports in Punta Cana that you can actually travel to. So it gives you even more options in your flight choices that you make. So a lot of people that are in California, when I was looking at all of these flights, even though the Santo Domingo airport is a little bit further away, it's definitely gives you more options with less travel time to fly to. So I think that would be a great option. So make sure you search around for the best option for you. And then we also have the Punta Cana airport, which is PUJ, which is about 30 minutes away from the resort. So whichever airport you're going to choose, Immunotec is going to provide ground transportation for you. The arrival date would be November 5th and the departure date is November 9th. So if you're arriving on the 5th and leaving on the 9th, we are going to pick you up from the airport that you choose. So we have the two airports. Make sure you check both to see what the best airport is for your travel needs. And if you can go to the next slide. So the next destination that we have is New York. New York actually has 3 different airports to choose from, so it gives you even more availability on what you choose to do. The arrival date will be October 23rd and the departure date would be October 27th. For the New York trip, what we are going to do is we're going to include an amount in your travel credit for you so that you can either Uber from the airport to the hotel, you can take the subway, you can arrive in whatever fashion you would like. So that amount is going to be included in your travel credit. And next up, we're going to bring in our consultant of the year, Mary Luz Sanchez Torres, to tell you a little bit more.
Yay, yay. I am thrilled when I heard about this. And, you know, Immunotec is growing. And with growth, we start facing all kinds of amazing challenges, right? Every year, more and more people and more consultants are growing and expanding their business. And that really means that you know, there's more Xventure winners, and to Immunotec be able to cater for thousands, because literally, you know, every year there's more and more, and thousands of people continue winning these trips. When change comes along, you know, change opens infinity of new options and infinity of more possibilities. And, you know, the first time I heard that they were going to give us credits, I'm like, what? You know, Immunotec's not going to be caring for us? No, this is so much better. And Marta, give me the other slide, because we're going to start talking about what are the different possibilities and why in my opinion, I think it's the best thing that Immunotec has done for us, the consultants. So let's get the next slide so we can talk more about that. Awesome. So the amazing news is that, I don't know if you've seen in your back office, we can already see how many people have already earned the Xventure trip for two. So the sooner we qualify for the trip for two and register, we receive this travel credit. So I do know that in that top list of the people that have already won the trip, I believe that they will get the payment a lot sooner. And this will be paid monthly. I believe, and I kind of heard that we're not going to get it with our commissions. It's probably going to be in another spot. But having that money beforehand is going to definitely give us an opportunity to prepare beforehand, because this is not only going to be like a 4-day trip, we can actually expand and do so much more, right? If we have that money ahead of time. Something else is we can choose the time of our flight, the arrival, the airport, even layovers if you want to, because we will own our reservation. I love the liberty to be able to pick. I just told our dear Vanessa, I said, look, I am grateful, but I'd rather be in the airport at noon than at 4 o'clock in the morning. So the fact that I have the opportunity to do my own reservation, that caters my needs and my time, that is priceless. But better yet, the idea of getting together with my team, because, this is not only a free trip. This is about joining our family and our team. So I'm already making an idea that, I already have team members that are winning. Where are they from? Can we all connect in one specific airport and maybe all join and travel together? We can actually do that. And I think that's going to be a lot more fun, whenever we do this as a group and with our team, with our family. So we can choose. I can choose to join my team in Atlanta and wait at that layover and get everybody together. I can choose that. So that's another flexibility that we can actually be able to enjoy. Also, we can arrive prior to the trip dates. Okay, this I really, really love. I've never been to the Dominican Republic. This would be my first time, even though it's a Puerto Rican neighbor. But I'm really excited because I've never been to Punta Cana. I've never been to the Dominican Republic. It gives me also the choice of saying, okay, maybe I can get there a few days before, or I can stay a few days after. So besides Punta Cana, I'm actually going to be able to tour and enjoy our destination. That I like a lot. I can extend that trip for whatever time I want. So thank you, Immunotec, for allowing us to give us that liberty to also expand and make that vacation a lot more fun and with more possibilities. Also, and this is very important, you can travel from any country or city you like. It doesn't necessarily have to be from a registered country with Immunotec. The same applies to your guests in the case of Trip for Two Achievers. So look, this is not my case, but I'm going to tell you somebody in my team. I have a team member who is going for a trip for two. She has the mother who lives in Mexico and she lives in Georgia. Well, before she would have actually had to pay a ticket and bring her from Mexico to the US so they could both leave from the US, right? But now, no, actually with that money that we're going to receive to pay for our ticket, she can actually pay for a ticket that goes from Mexico to the Dominican Republic, and she can leave from Georgia to the Dominican Republic. She can actually make her dream or her mom's dream come true with that money. I mean, is that awesome? I mean, believe it. We're growing. We're an international family. We're in Europe. We're in Latin America. We're in Central America. So it even gives us that opportunity that we didn't have before. I have somebody who's in Panama. We're not in Panama, but she works her US business. She would have had to pay her ticket from Panama to the US and then from there go to the Dominican Republic. Now the possibilities are endless, right? Because of this great new incentive. Another one, we have the freedom to choose the airline and accumulate points, miles if you're a frequent traveler. My friends. When I heard about this, I was like, oh my God, my husband is going to flip. He's going to be so excited because the Torres family, we love to use these points to travel. So right now, let's be honest. If I want to go to Punta Cana right now, I can just use my points and just pay for the taxes, which usually are like $15. So if Immunotec sends me those credits, for my trip, that's cash in my pocket. And that cash in my pocket, guess what? I can use it for whatever I want. I can extend my trip. I can just do so much more for my vacation. So for those of you, and I know many of us here, we love to use these points and, that these credits with either a credit card or whatever not. Actually, this is so much better. And Immunotec will continue catering for those who feel uneasy. This is not something easy for them. They probably feel scared. Oh, what do you mean? Immunotec is not helping me out. What if the tickets are expensive? No. Immunotec even thought about these small details. They have this great agency. It's called Vuelos, and I think there's another one for New York. And they have made sure that this agency has very competitive prices. They actually have one of the best prices. So they will also take care of you. They will also take care of your teams with the best prices, the best connections, and the consultant will be able to choose. Is this amazing or what? Immunotec, you never disappoint. We thank you for all of this. And I know that everybody's going to have the best experience. Besos y abrazos, a big hug, and congratulations to all.
Thank you, Mary Luz. You are so right. There's also a bunch of great apps that you can use, like Hopper, to find the best flights that you're looking for. There's Google Flights. There's all kinds of really cool technology that you can use to find the best flight, the best price, and save some money for shopping or whatever it is that you're going to use it for. So let's talk a little bit more about the travel credit. Marcy, if you can go to the next slide. So the registration process, those who have already achieved the trip for 2, you're going to see in your email in the coming days the registration form. So it's going to be very similar to the prior years. Just go in, fill out that registration form. It's super simple to fill out. Make sure you have your guest information also. And the incentive team has been working very hard on providing everybody with a one-stop shop for everything for the incentive trip. So if you have not gone into your back office, go under the events tab and you're going to see the official Xventure site link that you can click on. In that website, you're going to find the rules and regulations. You're going to see the achievers who have achieved so far that we can see on the slide here. All the Q&As, everything that you need to know about the trip is on this website. So please make sure to go and visit the website. It's a great site for everyone to use, and all of your questions, your team's questions can be answered on this site. Next slide, please. So the payment schedule, we're going to have a few different payment schedules. You'll see there, George put in the website address below in the chat. So make sure you go into that website. It's going to be very helpful for you and your team for everything to do with the trip. The payment schedule. So the first cutoff that we're going to have once we send out the registrations in the coming days, you're going to receive your registration email. Make sure you go in there and register. And if you register before June 28th, you're going to have your payment through Hyperwallet. The first payments are going to be made on July 14th. Then we're going to have the second cutoff, which is going to be July 28th. So everybody that fills out the registration by July 28th, you're going to receive your payment by August 18th. The third cutoff is going to be August 28th. You're going to receive your payment on September 15th. And then the fourth cutoff is going to be after the incentive is closed. And if you register before September 20th, we're going to pay your travel credit on September 29th. Again, you don't have to remember all this information. It's going to be in the email that you guys receive in the coming days, as well as on the incentive website. All payments are going to be made through Hyperwallet, which is the same way that we pay out your commissions. It's going to be on a separate day, so you're going to be able to see that payment alone in your commissions. And let's talk about the amounts for these travel credits. So we've done a deep dive into what the proper amounts are for people to travel from the US to either Punta Cana or to New York. So if you are a Trip for One or Trip for One VIP achiever, you're going to receive $700 USD in your account if you're in the US to go to Punta Cana to travel and book your flight. If you are a Trip for Two, it's going to be double because you're bringing your guest. So you're going to receive $1,400 for Punta Cana. For New York, from the US to New York, you're going to receive $450. for trip for one or VIP trip for one, and trip for two, it's going to be $900. Canadians, you're going to receive $1,000 in Canadian in your HyperWallet account for trip for one VIP and trip for one VIP. Trip for two, you're going to receive $2,000. So we've done a lot of research into the flight costs. A lot of you are going to have some extra spending money in your pockets. And if we can go to the next slide. Okay, so again, on the Xventure site, you're going to see all the Q&As. Any questions that you have will be answered on this website. Make sure to click in the link. Make sure to have your teams click in the link to go and check out any Q&A that you might have. You don't need to call customer service and wait on the line. Everything's going to be answered there for you. Next slide. So these are the types of Q&As that are going to be on the website. It's going to be updated by the end of the day or tomorrow morning. So how are flights booked? You'll see all the answers there. Next slide. How and when will I receive my travel credit? So again, those payment dates, everything will be there. On the next slide, we have what are the airport transfers provided at destination? So any questions you have about your transfer. Other Q&As, if the airfare is less than the travel credit, when can I purchase my ticket? Can I buy my air ticket before the qualification period finalizes? And that's actually a really great question, because if you already know that you're going to be achieving the trip, start looking now at flights. There's a lot of airlines, especially if you have, what's it called? If you have an airline that you travel with often, you can go and book your flight. And if for whatever reason you can't go on the trip, a lot of airlines offer you 30 days before. You can cancel without any penalties. So make sure you start to look into that so that you can get the best deal on your flights. Next slide.
And this is me.
It is you.
Thank you for the introduction, Morgan. Thank you.
Sorry.
So this is great news, actually. We never realized how this was going to be so impactful. Leaders were requesting this for many years to be more flexible on dates. We were very stuck on the thinking of, oh, we want everybody to arrive at the same time and everything. But look, this is a great opportunity. People in North America, US and Canada are very self-aware to book their flights. Okay, so this is a great opportunity, but this also requires a lot of your support. We need your support to share, first of all, this great news with all your organization. This is important. This doesn't need to keep in this meeting. We need you to support, to share first information. Also, we need your support to help people of your team if they have any problem, okay? We need your support to cheer them up, to go and buy their flights if they are on track. We need your support as well to avoid leaving everything to the last minute. And we know that we are always thinking that we are gonna have our partner traveling with us or our whole team traveling together. Okay, this is where the people in North America have more advantage. Don't leave it to the last minute. We want to keep you track. We want your reservations, and then once you book your flight, everybody is going to try to accommodate to your flight, correct? Then we need your support as well to solve questions. So the first thing that you need to do is go into the webpage that Morgan was sharing with you. You need to be the first one. So if you are fighting to go to your trip, I will encourage you just to go and buy your ticket, because you are going to have the best prices, the best dates, and then you can show that ticket to your organization that you already have your ticket for the trip. Do you think that this is going to be moving your organization? I bet it will. So go ahead, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Share this information. Don't leave it to the last minute. Go to the webpage and let's do it. Let's rock and let's take all organization to this amazing trip, okay? See you. Thank you very much for everything, and see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you, Immunotec.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, my
Thank you,
friends.
guys.
Have a nice trip.
Carlitos, good to see you.
Mariluz, un abrazo.
See you next week.
Take
Bye.
care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.